According to John Heyman, MLB has notified teams that outfielder Seiya Suzuki will be available to sign with major league teams tomorrow morning up until 5 p.m. on Monday, December 22nd. So, who is Suzuki, as you might want to know, considering that he could be getting a pretty big contract with the major league team soon? Suzuki is an outfielder slash emergency infielder. He played infield early in his career, hasn't played much since, but he's a corner outfielder primarily. Right-handed bat, throws right-handed, and he's been pretty good in the Japanese leagues. A lot of people consider Japanese leagues just ahead or above AAA in talent. I think they're slightly below AAA, and I'll explain my reasoning for that later. But let's get into his stats first. In 2021, in 133 games, he hit .319 with a .436 on-base percentage, .640 slugging percentage for an OPS of 1,075. He also hit 38 home runs. The season prior to that, he had a .953 OPS. In the season before that, he had an OPS of 1,018. Obviously, he can hit. I do think that fans need to be a little bit skeptical of his hitting, of his stats that he put up in this Japanese league. Because as I am saying, it's not the same quality of opponents as major leagues. A really good example is Ha-seong Kim. He played in a Korean league, so yes, slightly different than the Japanese league, but from what I've been able to see, the talent level there is very similar. Now, while he played in the Korean league, in 2020, in 138 games, he hit 30 home runs, hit .306 with a .397 on base percentage, a .523 slugging, and an OPS of .921. The season prior, he had an .880 OPS. He was a well-established hitter with some good power, and just overall a very, very good hitter. Then he signed with the Padres, and in 117 games, he hit only 8 home runs, hit .202, the .270 on base percentage, .352 slugging for an OPS of .622. The talent isn't the same. The competition isn't the same. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Suzuki could be the next Ohtani. I don't think that that's reasonable. Ohtani, yes, he raked. He put up very similar stats to Suzuki. He also was much, much more athletic, and he can also throw 102. A lot faster than Suzuki. He had a lot more athleticism, so his raw talent was a lot higher. A good example here of the difference in competition is Tyler Austin. Austin played in the majors and then went to a Japanese league, where in 2019, his final season in the majors, where he played in 89 games, he hit .188 with a .296 on base percentage, .409 slugging for an OPS of .705. Obviously, not that good. Then he decided to play in a Japanese league because he was pretty much out of the majors. And in that league, he did very well. The next, since he's joined that league in 2020, he hit .274 with a .357 on base percentage, .571 slugging, and an OPS of .929. Also hit 20 home runs in only 72 games. Then in 2021, he had a fantastic season in 107 games, hitting 28 home runs with a .303 batting average, .405 on base percentage, .601 slugging, and an OPS of 1,006. This is a guy who struggled to hit above 200 over his major league career, hitting an average of .219. Fans need to be a little bit skeptical of Suzuki and his raw talent. I know the numbers are fantastic, and people will make arguments saying, oh, he had better numbers than Ohtani. But he's not as athletic. He doesn't have the same traits that Ohtani had that made him such an appealing player. And Ohtani struggled at first. I think that he will get a big contract, but I'm very interested to see what's going to happen to him this offseason. So that's my report on Seiya Suzuki.